It was a quiet Monday morning. Birds were chirping, the cows were grazing peacefully, and the sun was casting long shadows across the ranch fields. Everything was perfectly calm, until Karen decided to test my patience again. This time, she had a master key. That's right. She somehow convinced herself that having a key to one of the HOA's maintenance sheds granted her unrestricted access to my ranch. I was in the barn, checking the grain inventory, when the motion sensors in the main gate flashed red. My shepherd, Thor, perked up immediately. He wasn't just any dog. Thor was K-9 trained, protective, and had an uncanny sense for uninvited visitors. I walked to the office window and saw her tiptoeing across the driveway, key in hand, like she was auditioning for a spy movie. "Karen," I shouted. "You really think this is going to work?" She froze, grinning nervously. "I'm just checking the property lines for community compliance." Thor didn't wait for a debate. He barked once, a deep, commanding sound that made Karen freeze in place. I opened the door and said calmly, "Thor, meet Karen." Thor's next bark was followed by a sharp, low growl. He moved forward slowly, circling her like a shadow of death. Karen's eyes widened. Oh, she's friendly, right?" I smiled. "Friendly? Thor doesn't do friendly with trespassers. Friendly is reserved for the family, not HOA presidents with master keys." Karen backed up, accidentally stepping into the flower beds she'd approved during a rogue community landscaping mission last year. She stumbled. Thor barked again, louder this time, signaling he meant business. She dropped the master key. Okay, I get it," she shouted. I raised an eyebrow. "Get what exactly?" That this dog is trained," she said. "I wasn't expecting this. I just wanted to check your entitlement." Finished. "Karen, you're on private property. Thor is not amused by master keys. And neither am I. The best part? Thor wasn't just there for intimidation. He escorted her politely but firmly back to the gate, making sure she didn't run off and try something dumb again. Every step she took, he matched. By the time she reached the edge of the property, she looked like a cartoon character being herded by a giant shadow. I called the county sheriff's office afterward, just to make sure the HOA understood the consequences. "Yes," I explained, "a master key doesn't grant access to private property. My dog is trained, alert, and legally allowed to protect the property. Trespassing could have serious repercussions." By that afternoon, the HOA board had called an emergency meeting, mostly to distance themselves from Karen and her creative interpretations of authority. That evening, I repaired the lock on the gate, added an extra biometric override, and patted Thor on the head. "Good job, buddy. Karen won't be back for a while." I even hung a little sign on the gate. "Private property. K-9 enforced." A week later, Karen drove by slowly, glancing nervously at the gate and the silhouette of Thor lying in the sun. I waved. She didn't wave back. She never stepped foot on my property again. And that's how my K-9 shepherd became the most effective HOA board member I ever had. Smiling face with sunglasses dog.